What's good, y'all? It's Coke Butter Chi. Today I'm showing you my 6'5" anti-meta build. As you can see, I'm putting up some serious numbers on this build. Here's the attributes for this build. My goal for this build was really to still be, a threat playmaking wise, but really the fun part about this build is obviously the 99.3. Yeah, 99.3 this year is definitely overpowered. I mean, it kind of makes it so he needs two people to stop me, from scoring with this 99.3, because if I get a second to breathe, I'm able to shoot it. And that really just opens the floor up for everybody else. Here's what I did for my cap breakers. Obviously I put 5 from 94 to 99 for the 3 to give myself more room for, other attributes. I also put 5 cap breakers on my perimeter. I plan on putting at least 2 more on my steal, just to get my interceptor and my glove up. And I also plan on putting at least 1 on my rebounding. That way at least I have some badges, but make sure that you +1 that speed with ball, because you want the DeJounte Murray dribble style. I promise you it's the best one for this height. You may think that 60 steal is low, but as often as I get two-way tenacity, I get a fair amount of steals on this build. Here's what I did with my badges. I did kind of make a mistake choosing shooting as my specialization. I wasn't really thinking when I did that. Getting into some highlights, 92 pass sack is obviously a sweet spot this year to be able to throw any types of passes that you want. Going any higher than 92, there's really just not a point. You're just kind of wasting attributes that could go elsewhere. Because, at the point that you're throwing dots full court, it's kind of like, okay, do I need my pass sack any higher? Now remember, I only have 60 steal in this build, but, watch this shit right here. With two-way tenacity, bro, you can get a lot of steals on this game. I have multiple builds with high steal, and honestly, the steals this year are just more about you as a player and not so much your rating. As you can see, that's 2 steals right there in about 10 seconds, and I only have a 60 steal. I'm always sure that I throw high pass sack on my builds. I like to be a good playmaker when I'm running the point. Everyone knows that 87 driving dunk is definitely the sweet spot this year. And again, two-way tenacity gets me a lot of steals. Like I said, I really do not need a high steal rating. I feel like the perimeter defense is way more important. And you may look at a clip like this one coming up and think, like how are his teammates not getting pissed off? But the thing is, I always make so many good plays passing-wise that when I do my ISOs, people usually don't get pissed off. Also, having that 99.3 makes it dangerous to put anybody on an island with me, so as long as you usually make the right plays, people will really let you do your thing. The big reason I made this build is because I wanted to be able to play offense like a small guard, but I still wanted to be able to play defense like a tall guard. I feel like a lot of times, small guards this year, you kind of just get taken advantage of on defense. And, I didn't want to, be basically someone you have to hide in the corner on defense, in order to be someone who is super effective on offense. As you can see, I like to score buckets as fast as possible. A lot of times it puts pressure on the defense where they gotta do shit like that. They have to double team me, and then it creates easier buckets for my team. Then when I get you worried about my playmaking, it just gets me open for even more shots. With this build, I get defenses to the point where they kind of have to pick their poison. It's either you leave me 1v1 with your point guard or your lock or whoever you leave guarding me, or you gotta come up and help. And every time someone comes up to help, I'm gonna swing it to whoever's open every single time. The biggest way in 2K26 to be a playmaking threat is to be a scoring threat. If you can get the whole defense to pay attention to you every time you touch the ball, you're going to create opportunities for your teammates. That's another reason why I say if you cannot get your own bucket, you are not supposed to be your team's point guard. I'm sorry. I know you think being a point guard is all about playmaking, and it is about playmaking. But, you know, without being able to score on your own, you're never going to reach your full potential as a playmaker. And this build will give you fucking training wheels for being able to score off your own dribble. If you cannot score off your own dribble on this build, then it might be time to hang it up. I like to play so fast when I'm running the point that you cannot take any chances. Then, if you take no chances, you're forced to face me in the half court where I'm going to ISO you. The literal best thing you can do in a 5v5 game of 2K is get the other team frustrated. If you can get them focused on you as the point guard, then you have the game in control. And sometimes when you score a lot, you know, they're going to know that when the game starts, so they'll focus you when the game begins. But that's fine. You know, you just basically do the opposite. You know, at that point, they're already helping over on you, so now you're going to open up opportunities for yourself to score through your playmaking. This build gives you the advantage over small guards because you're able to defend them well and shoot over them, but, you know, you're still pretty much as fast as a small guard. So this build is the perfect mix between a tall guard and a small guard.